All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're going to break down one of the most critical documents for your certification portfolio, the P5 Technical Data Sheet. We call it the golden tool for a very, very good reason, because honestly, mastering this is your key to success. Let's get started. And let's get one thing straight right from the get-go. This isn't just a suggestion. It's a hard requirement. Without a perfectly executed master data sheet, your evidence portfolio for the EC0110.02 certification is, well, it's just incomplete. This document is your ticket to getting certified. So what's this tool really for? It's not just about checking a box for your evaluator. Its main job is to be the ultimate key to persuading your client. It's designed to answer every single question a potential buyer could possibly have, sometimes even before they think to ask it. And here's a super important detail. Everything in this document is created with one person in mind, the prospecto comprador, or PC, which means the prospective buyer. That's a term you absolutely need to know for your exam because it frames the entire purpose of this data sheet. Okay, let's talk logistics. For your evaluation, this can't just be some simple Word document you whip up. It has to be professionally created in Excel, which makes organizing all that data clean and easy, and it must be presented on your official letterhead, whether that's for your company or your personal brand. This shows a high level of professionalism from the moment they see it. Let's move on to the first major component and see how this all comes together. We're talking about the visuals. Before a buyer reads a single word, they're gonna see the pictures. This is your first and, frankly, your best chance to make a powerful impression. The evaluation standard is crystal clear on this. You need it complete and, crucially, a professional photo report. No blurry cell phone pictures allowed here. You also need a precise location sketch, or a croquis, to show exactly where the property is. And of course, it all has to be presented in an impeccable format on that letterhead we just talked about. All right, so once the visuals have grabbed their attention, it's time for the hard data. This section is really the heart of the data sheet. It's where you build a logical, fact-based case for the property's value. This is where you prove you've done your homework. Now, the level of detail you need here is, well, it's not up for debate. The ECO 1110.02 standard specifies exactly what you need to include: square meters of land and construction, the exact age of the building, its current state of conservation, a clear description of the layout, the specific materials and finishes used, and any special features. No vague descriptions, just precise data. And this right here perfectly illustrates the direct link between your work and your certification. Every single verified piece of data you meticulously record in this section corresponds directly to an item on your evaluation checklist. Getting this right is a straight shot to getting certified. A property doesn't exist in a vacuum. Its value and appeal are hugely influenced by its surroundings and its legal situation. This next section of the data sheet tells that bigger story. Here, you'll need to detail the area's infrastructure. Things like roads, services, and schools. You'll describe the level of urbanization and, critically, you must state the property's offering price and its current legal status. This information gives the buyer the complete picture. Now, this brings us to another key term you absolutely have to know for your exam: viabilidad, or feasibility. What does that mean? It's the process of confirming that the sale can actually happen. It means you've cross-referenced all the official documents with the physical reality of the property to make sure there are no hidden problems. This is fundamental for a secure transaction. And closely related to that is the situation legal, or legal status. This gives the buyer legal certainty. You're confirming who the rightful owner is, whether there are any liens or debts on the property, and that its use complies with local zoning laws. This kind of transparency is what really builds trust. So we've gathered all this information, we've presented it professionally. What's the payoff? The final step is understanding how this golden tool leads directly to what we all want: a faster, more confident yes from the buyer. Let's just ask that question directly. Why does this work? It's not magic. It's about psychology and professionalism. So how do we take a client from "I'm interested" to "I'm signing on the dotted line"? It really boils down to a simple three-step process. First, you provide total clarity by putting everything they need to know in one organized document. This clarity then builds trust. It shows you have nothing to hide. And that trust is what makes the final decision easy, allowing the buyer to move forward with complete confidence and security. And that brings us to the ultimate takeaway, a direct quote that sums up the entire point of this exercise. A complete, professional, and transparent data sheet isn't just paperwork, it's a powerful sales tool that directly speeds up the whole transaction. At the end of the day, mastering the P5 datasheet isn't just about passing an exam. It's about fundamentally raising your professional standard. It's about providing better service, building more trust, and ultimately being more successful. So the question isn't just if you can do it, but how well will you master this golden tool?